Alexander Stafford.
Speaker. I find this debate with immense irony of the opposition's motion in front of us, because it's not lost on me, and it's certainly not lost in the residents of Rother Valley, that the position on Labour's position on crime is very confusing. In fact, the only thing which comes out of it is mainly that of inaction and neglect, because crime policing in South Yorkshire is a responsibility of the Labour Party, through the elected Labour Police and Crime Commissioner for South Yorkshire. And we in Rother Valley have been at the sharp end of Labour's low prioritisation of crime for years and years. Labour here speaks of the drop in number of police officers. It is this Conservative government that is funding 20,000 new police officers across England and Wales, including providing the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner with funding for new police officers in South Yorkshire. Now we've got an extra 1,763 officers across Yorkshire and Humber so far, on track for 20,000, which means there will be more police officers at the end of the time, end of this Parliament, than there were in 2010. They're increased numbers. But the problem we have, though, with this is that it's the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner who decide where these police officers are deployed and what their priorities are. And it is clear that the focus will be on the urban areas like Sheffield and Doncaster, with Rother Valley, as usual, not getting a look in. But this, of course, mirrors investment by the Labour-run Rotherham Council, who always seem to have a central Rotherham first approach, rather than sharing the wealth and resources to the areas like Rother Valley. Now, we do have a fantastic neighbourhood policing team right across my area, who do a great job and with the resources available to them, but they're hamstrung by the Sheffield first approach when it comes to the PCC's priorities. We clearly are being failed by Labour, who speak of high levels of antisocial behaviour, but I agree there is too much antisocial behaviour. So why is this not a priority for the South Yorkshire Labour Police and Crime Commissioner? When challenged about his neglect of Rother Valley, the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner claims that he does not make strategic decisions, nor does he make operational decisions, nor does he set the budget. So in that case, the people of Rother Valley would like to know who exactly does. And if he's not responsible, then who is? Because in our country, the police and crime commissioners do have that power. They are in charge. That is the whole point of them. And as he has chosen to leave Rother Valley out in the cold, this is just not acceptable and really shows when Labour talk the talk, it's quite good, but when it comes to action, it completely and utterly fails the residents and constituents of Rother Valley. Now, to add insult to injury, the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner of South Yorkshire wishes to increase the police precept on local people. Now, we all know that times are tough, so put an extra burden on the good burghers of Rother Valley without a clear plan of where that money will go is just not good enough. And what is especially galling, and we've heard today about cuts in the opposite bench, is that not long ago the Police and Crime Commissioner underspent their budget by £2 million.
Shocking.
That's £2 million that could have been used to protect and serve the people of Rother Valley. It is money that could have been used to reopen the much-needed police bases on Dinnington or Morby High Streets. But we all know that this increase in precept will go to Sheffield or Doncaster, not our own area, who will see little benefit. And after all, my constituents have not forgotten they were promised by a previous superintendent 2 mobile police stations for Rother Valley, both of which were kiboshed by the present Labour Police and Crime Commissioner. The people of Rother Valley will remember these empty promises and the soft nature on crime. Now, I hear the sounds of calling for sedentary best from someone who's not actually technically the chamber. If you wish to join the debate, please come and join the debate. Now that really sums up Labour's approach. Shunting for the sideline, but when they're given the powers, like the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner, they abrogate responsibility. They talk the talk for the sideline, but they don't walk the walk. And I say, come to Rother Valley and walk the walk down Morby High Street, down Dinnington High Street, and see the crime neglect that is happening because of the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner's failure in our area. And of course I'll give way to my South Yorkshire neighbour.
The Labour Police and Crime Commissioner obviously has to work with the resources given from national government. That is absolutely true. There are still less police on the streets of South Yorkshire than in 2010.
I thank the Honourable Lady for the point, and I'd like to, as great, because I can reiterate, she has to do, the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner does deal with the resources given to him. So why did he underspend the police budget by £2 million? And then he wants to increase the precept like he did last year. So use the money. I'm a very great fan of using the resources given to him. But she is right. we need to increase police numbers, which is why at the end of 2024 period of Parliament, there'll be more police officers on the street than 2010. We know that, and that's a good thing. We're ahead of schedule in recruitment of South Yorkshire because people want to join the police force. They want to do good for their communities. Now, despite clearly this poor leadership, police leadership, but also local leadership in South Yorkshire, this Conservative government is delivering for my constituents. As I said, we are on target with 16,743 police officers already, new police officers delivered, and we're going to meet the 20,000 target. And on top of this, this government's no-nonsense, tough crack on crime, there'll be more officers than ever before in England and Wales, and overall crime is down by 50% since 2010. Furthermore, the Safer Streets Fund rounds have funded 270 projects designed to cut neighbourhood crimes such as theft, burglary and antisocial behaviour and violence against women and girls. And I keep hearing chuntering from the opposition front bench, but no intervention. So does she want to intervene? But once again, Labour shown chuntering, but with no action. Of course, I'll happily give way.
I thank the honourable gentleman. I just wanted to point out that 20 million people experienced antisocial behaviour last year. Will his 200 tiny little projects make much difference to those 20 million people who suffered from years of cuts from this Conservative government?
It's an interesting intervention when she belittles work done. Something's better than nothing, and I say £2 million of budget could have added a lot more to that, but was not spent by the Labour Police and Crime Commissioner, so never mind, we'll move forward. Because it's this government who's backing police and giving them the powers they need to crack down on dangerous criminals who prey on ordinary people. My constituents are sick and tired of these political games that are being played when it comes to crime and punishment. They are fed up of Labour neglecting South Yorkshire and Rother Valley in favour of elsewhere. I call on the Police and Crime Commissioner and on Labour to set up the plate, get behind this government's crime-busting mission, work with us to reduce crime for my constituents, for Britons, and of course for Rother Valley. So only together can we support our police, crack down on crime, and make our country a better place still.